You thought missing a flight was bad? Try getting stranded without a phone charger, snacks, or even clean underwear. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 15 travel surprises that no one warns you about and how to survive them like a pro. Hey friends, Alicia here with Rolling with the Richards, and welcome back to my channel. Over the years, my family and I have taken over 50 trips together, and we have had our fair share of travel surprises. And as we are approaching travel season, I figured this would be a great time to share these lessons with you so that you don't have to learn the hard way like we did. Now, I hope this never happens to any of you, but the first surprise I want to talk about is the fact that your luggage could possibly go astray during travel, especially if you have a connecting flight. Now, friends, we have been in that situation more than once before, and so we have figured out how to handle it like a pro. And it all boils down to packing your carry-on strategically. So when packing your carry-on, you always want to make sure that you have at least one change of clothes in there, preferably more than that, but at least one. And putting the emphasis, my dears, on extra underwear, making sure that you have at least 2 to 3 different pairs of clean underwear in your carry-on in case you are stranded without your main luggage. If you are going on a beach vacation, I would also suggest that you put a swimsuit cover-up, and perhaps some sort of flip-flops in your carry-on as well. Because oftentimes, if your luggage doesn't come, and when you get to your resort, if your room isn't ready on time, you can, in most cases, park your carry-on somewhere, usually with a bellboy, and you can head to the pool or head to the beach. Enjoy your time there while you wait for your luggage to arrive or you wait for your room to be ready. Now, long flights can often lead to severe jet lag. And if you've ever had the feeling of a hangover, well, my friends, jet lag is right up there with it, and it is not fun. So you always want to be prepared to address that. And the best way I've found to address jet lag, in addition to getting sleep, is to take a vitamin B tablet. So this is the vitamin B tablet that I like to use for jet lag. It is called Stress B Complex. It is by the company Twin Lab, and this can be found online. I will definitely try to link this for you, but I don't know what formula this company uses, but I'm telling you, this thing right here, y'all, it works like a miracle. Even on days where, like at work, I'm really tired and I just feel like I cannot get through the day, if I take 2 of these, after lunch, it perks me right up and gives me a boost of energy that I really needed. So I would highly recommend this one. Now, this is obviously a big bottle. It's not travel size friendly, but what I usually do is take out a couple of these and I will put it in a pill carrier case, which I'll show you here in just a minute. There are quite a few varieties of pill carrier cases out there, but this is the one that I like to use. It's very compact. It's smaller than the size of my palm, as you can see, so it's not going to take up a whole lot of space in your luggage, and it folds out and has many different compartments. I do have a couple extra pills in here from my last trip, so you can just ignore that. But as you can see, there are different compartments, and what I really like is that they have varied sizes. So if you have like a bigger pill, you could use this bigger size here. For your smaller pills, you could use this size here, and then when you're ready to close it up, there is a magnetic closure right here in the middle, and so it keeps it closed, and you can see here how thin that is. It packs really, really well. I'll have this linked for you as well. Surprise number 3 that you always want to be prepared for when flying is odd smells that you cannot control around you. Now, friends, there has been a time or two when our neighbors on the plane definitely had some serious gas issues. Let's just get straight to the point and be completely open and transparent. God, that was not pleasant. And so in order to kind of get past those little bursts of time, we use a personal inhaler diffuser. And it looks like a little perfume bottle, so small and cute and slender. But in here, you'll see that there are little holes, and that is where the fragrance comes through. So let me open this up to show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So inside the container is this tiny little vial. It has a kind of cotton-like material in here that you would, before your flight, go ahead and soak in some sort of essential oil. So it's also really, really healthy because it's all, natural oils that you'll be inhaling. And what I like to do is soak this in lavender. I have this lavender here that I like to get from Whole Foods. This is not focusing for me. Here we go. This lavender here, I love to get from Whole Foods, and then I will take this little cotton vial out. I'll soak it in that lavender oil. I'll put it back here in the vial and cover it up, and you'll see here that it's so easy. It's got those little holes, and whenever things kind of start getting funky in the area, I just keep this up here near my nose, and then I can kind of get through that period of time. This also really works well for people who have anxiety when flying. So lavender is a very, by nature, calming oil, and for people who have a tough time flying or have anxiety of any sort, even outside of the traveling space, this is a great remedy as well to carry this along if you need a little calming naturally. The fourth scenario that you want to make sure that you're always fully prepared for when flying is possible turbulence on the plane. Nobody likes to think that they're going to be in that situation, but friends, believe me, depending on what the weather is like on the day that you are flying, it could happen. It has happened to us more than once before, and when it does happen, it can cause you to be pretty sick if you tend to be someone who suffers easily from motion sickness. And so that is why I will fully recommend that you carry either a Bonine with you or something called Dramamine. They both do the same thing. They are motion sickness chewable pills that you can take on the plane in the event that you feel queasy during any turbulence. And there is also a kids version of the Dramamine that I usually carry for my girls just in case. We also carry this around once we get to our destination, because in many cases, if there are really bumpy roads or winding roads, or even if you're getting on like a catamaran tour or a boat tour of any sort, that could also lead to motion sickness. And believe me, guys, you do not want to be in a situation where you need motion sickness medication and do not have it. Just trust me on that. And while we are on the topic of medication, the fifth item that I want to make sure that you have packed with you are going to be Tums and Pepto chewable pills. Now, a lot of times when we travel, we will be adventurous and try new foods, right? Based on that new country or location that we're visiting. And you just never know exactly how your tummy is going to react based on the ingredients in that food, based on the different spices that you may not have tried before. And in many cases, we find that when we do try some of these new foods, we get acidic stomachs or just really, really upset stomachs for whatever reason, and Tums comes in really handy. Or in some cases, these foods can send you to the restroom. And the last thing that you want to do is ruin a beautiful vacation, running back and forth to the restroom. So you always want to make sure you have these Pepto pills with you. I would highly, highly recommend them. They're so easy to carry around because now they're in pill form and not just that pink liquid that they used to have back in the day. So super, super convenient and highly recommended. The sixth item that I would highly recommend that you pack with you are soap thins. I will show that to you here. This is by the brand Foaming. And I'll show you here when you go to the restroom and there is no soap available. You take out one of these paper thin pieces, they're soap thins, and then you just get it wet and it instantly dissolves and turns into soap on your hands. Now this comes in really handy if, for example, you are visiting a smaller country and perhaps their airport just doesn't have the personnel to constantly be reloading the soaps and the toilet paper and whatever else in the restroom. We've seen that happen more than once, and it's been really handy to have these soap thins so that you can wash your hands wherever you go. Item number 7, based on unpleasant surprises that we've had before, is going to be shout wipes. It never fails that, the air hostess serves us, some coffee or some other drink, or perhaps the girls are eating a snack with us and something drops onto our clothing and immediately we are faced with a stain. And of course, we want to show up at our new location looking fresh, looking beautiful, and being able to perhaps even take a few pictures. And so that's where the shout wipes come in. They work like magic, y'all. I mean, I've used different brands before, even the Tide pens. The Tide pens are okay, but these shout wipes are the real deal. They work every time, and they have never failed me yet. There was one morning my daughter was about to go to school. She had to wear this matching t-shirt with the rest of her class, and she was shaking a chocolate protein shake and didn't close the bottle properly, and it got all over her shirt. And I'm telling you, y'all, these shout wipes saved the day. We didn't have a backup shirt. She had to be in that one particular shirt because they were going to take a class picture, and I'm telling you, these things right here came through for us. Get the shout wipes. Item number 8 may seem a bit obvious to carry, but trust me, it's not. And I know it's not because I have forgotten to pack this myself. And I've had people around me forget to pack this as well because they asked me to borrow mine. And it is A pen. Yes, my friends, let me tell you that if you are traveling internationally, in more cases than none, you will have to fill out some paperwork while you are on the plane before you even land. And it's usually customs paperwork, and you can't do that without a pen. Usually the air hostess may have a pen, but they may not. And even if they did, they certainly don't have enough to distribute pens to everyone on the plane. So it's always best to make sure that you are carrying your own, even for cleanliness purposes. Trying to avoid borrowing other people's pens, I think, is best. Tip number 9 is to make sure that you are prepared once you reach your destination to freshen up a little bit. Now, usually on a flight, I will always take a nap, and usually like I'm sleeping in some sort of awkward position, and I wake up and my hair is like this, and my face is all greasy, and the list goes on and on. And so to combat that, I highly recommend that you pack some sort of travel brush. This one here I got on Amazon, and it's so small and cute, but it's very, very effective. And so you can just kind of fold it out and give your hair a nice quick brush before you land. So that's number 1. I would also suggest, if it's a long flight, that you have some sort of breath spray with you. If you took a long nap, your neighbors will thank you for it. Just trust me. The next thing that I would say is make sure that you have a little bit of a travel deodorant just in case you need to freshen up as well. And maybe even a travel size perfume. And let me show you this really cool perfume container that I never travel without. Friends, let me introduce you to the refillable perfume bottle. We all know that it's quite impractical to travel with a full-size perfume bottle. 1, it's heavy, and 2, it doesn't quite meet the requirements of TSA, especially if you're going to pack it in your carry-on. And so that's where these little neat refillable perfume bottles come in. They're so easy for you to be able to transfer your perfume from your main bottle to this little vial so that you can easily travel with it. Let me show you how. So I simply remove the cover of my perfume bottle, and then I take off the little sprayer cap like that, and it leaves me with this little tube. Then I simply remove the cap off of my travel perfume container. Then I'll remove the casing off of the bottom, and here you'll see there's a little bit of a hole, and this is where you'll place on the perfume bottle. So I'll just stick this here and then pump it a couple of times, and as you can see here right before your eyes, it's filling up that perfume into this vial. And now I've got my perfume in here. Instead of carrying this whole bottle, I can simply carry a smaller version, and look at how cute that is, y'all. It comes in different colors on Amazon, and I will have this linked for you all below. Surprise number 10 is for all of my friends who really strive to maintain a very healthy diet even while traveling. I have news for you all. The airlines rarely serve healthy food. Most of the times, the snacks that they provide are laden with salt, preservatives, and other bad stuff. And so it is highly recommended that you bring your own snacks if you really want to stay on that straight and narrow path. So a lot of the times, my family and I will pack protein bars like this Luna bar, or even some trail mix like this one here, which we got at Costco, just to stay, on that clean diet path and not wreck everything that we've been working so hard to accomplish. Surprise number 11 is that the temperature in the cabin is crazy and unpredictable. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes you are freezing like you are in Antarctica. And so you want to be prepared for both scenarios. And the only way to do that is to dress in layers. So if we are going on a tropical vacation, usually I'll carry something like this jeans jacket to throw over whatever shirt I'm wearing. Or if we are going to a colder location, I'll usually take a thicker cardigan like this one. So if it got cold, I could throw the cardigan on, or if it got too warm, I could simply take it off. Surprise number 12 is that the air inside the plane cabin is so drying. It is drying on your skin, in particular your lips and your face. And so it is always good to carry a really moisturizing lip balm with you. I like this one here from Bath & Body Works. It's got SPF in it as well. So once you get to your location, if it's sunny, it also helps to keep your lips protected. And I like to carry a face mist that I can spritz on my face and help to hydrate it. This one here I love. It is by the brand Canny's Naturals. It is a smaller company, but it is an excellent and organic product. And I also use this one by Mario Badescu. So both are excellent. This is my personal favorite, and I will try to have everything linked for you all below. Friends, I hate to break it to you, but in some cases, your luggage could possibly go astray. And that is why for item number 12, I highly recommend that you all invest in getting an Apple AirTag to place inside of your luggage. Unfortunately, I think this is only going to work for iPhone users. However, there may be other options for non-iPhone users, which you should absolutely explore. But these are so handy and absolutely give you the type of peace of mind that you need when traveling. If your luggage was to go astray, you could easily track your luggage and see exactly where it is, which country it is, which specific location it is, using this Apple AirTag. And so it really has been a lifesaver for us. There has been an occasion in the past where unfortunately our luggage went astray, and I did not have to worry about it because I simply looked onto the app and I could tell that, oh, it's still in the last city we were in, and follow up on it with the airline based on that information. Travel surprise number 14 is marked changes in cabin pressure when either taking off or landing. This can be so painful, especially for small children, but it really affects the heirs when the cabin pressure suddenly changes. And so that is why I highly recommend investing in a pair of pressure regulating earplugs. I don't have mine to show you. I'm sorry, they are actually packed away right now, but I will be sure to link a pair that I highly recommend from Amazon below. And if you don't have a pair of those special earplugs, there are other things that you can do to kind of address that issue. And so when I was younger, I remember my mom would take these little cotton balls and she will, divide it into and stick a piece into each one of my ears to prevent the air from getting into my ears. And that really helped a lot. But also in addition to that, chewing tends to alleviate this problem as well. And sucking on a mint or maybe some sort of lollipop or a cough drop of some sort will also help a lot to take care of that issue. And last but not least is travel surprise number 15, which is overweight luggage once you get to the airport. Y'all, this is the absolute worst. Let me tell you right now. It has happened to us before where our luggage has been 5, 6, maybe 7 pounds over the 50-pound threshold, and we were forced to either pay the overweight luggage fee, which can be hundreds of dollars and quite ridiculously priced, or remove some of the items or redistribute some of the items amongst our various pieces. Either way, it is the most embarrassing thing, having to open up all of your personal belongings in your luggage for everyone to see on the airport and then try to move things around, only to realize that you've taken out 2 pounds shy of the threshold that you're looking to meet. And so that is where this next item comes in. I will highly recommend that everyone invest in a luggage scale. This is our luggage scale. We've had it for several years. This one, I will admit, is a little outdated, but this thing has not died on us. It has lasted so long, and we haven't seen a need to replace it because it works just fine. But there are nicer, more high-tech ones available now. In particular, some amazing digital scale options that you can find on Amazon. I will try to link a couple of these below, but generally how it works is it's got this little hook on the end. It hooks into the handle of your checked piece, so your bigger luggage, and you'll just pull that up and hold your luggage up, and it will give you a reading here of how many pounds your luggage is. Now, I do realize that there are some really advanced pieces of luggage these days that have built-in scales on them, and those are amazing. If you can invest in that, great. But if you're looking for a workaround and you already have luggage with no built-in scale, this is your solution right here to purchase one of these. Friends, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you've gained some value from it. Please do me a favor and drop me a comment if there's any other travel surprises that you have come across in your lifetime of traveling that you'd like to share with myself and whoever else might be watching this video. Maybe there's something that we haven't thought about that you want to warn us about. Go ahead and drop that down in the comments. Also, if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time I post a new video. I have some exciting summer content to share with you all that will be coming up over the next couple of months, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until next time, be blessed.